Finch-Saunders.
And do you know what? It's not often I say this, but I would like to thank the Minister for this and for opening your statement by agreeing with some points made by the Prime Minister in his net zero announcement of the 20th of September. And you can note that the Prime Minister said there must be an honest debate about how we secure the country's long-term interests. And he also said we need a credible path to reach net zero by 2050 in a way that brings people with us. And who could disagree with that? Now, the UK has had the fastest reduction in greenhouse gas emissions in the G7, down almost 50% since 1990, whilst in Europe, Germany and France have only managed 41% and 22%. The UK has surpassed the targets most countries have set for 2030, such as Australia, Canada, Japan and the US. In fact, the UK has over-delivered, if that's a possibility, on all its previous targets to date. And our Prime Minister is committed to achieving the most ambitious target to reduce carbon emissions by 68% by 2030, compared to 1990 levels and 77% by 2030. So I do think, you should join with me in expressing how proud we should all be that we are, and when I say we, collectively as the United Kingdom, are the only major economy in the world to have such an ambitious target. Thanks to this progress already made, reaching the UK's 2030 and 35 targets do not have to come at the expense of British citizens who are continuing to face a higher cost of living. Now, the Prime Minister is ensuring that achieving net zero is not a punishment for the population. Will you do the same by scrapping your war on our drivers? You have advised that we need businesses confident in the direction of travel to deliver solutions which help those under financial pressure to go green. And that is exactly what our Prime Minister is doing. As of last week, up to 8,000 people, including current installers and those that are new to the industry, will be able to develop the skills and expert knowledge needed to retrofit homes and install insulation through a host of training providers, thanks to the Home Decarbonisation Skills Training Centre scheme. The Energy Security Secretary announced £22 million increase in government backing for renewables through the flagship Contracts for Difference scheme, taking the total budget to £227 million for the auction, which has resulted in successful projects in Wales. A grant worth up to £500 million, one of the largest government support packages in history, is being made in a new Welsh electric arc furnace for greener steel production at Port Talbot, and a new multi-billion-pound electric car battery factory is to be built in the UK, one of the largest ever investments in the UK automotive sector. Here in Wales, we have massive UK government investment in two amazing free ports that have energy, climate change and economic growth at their heart. So the UK government is enabling this green economic growth. Will you do the same by supporting our private landowners with the costs of renewable energy schemes? And of course, we can't forget that it was the Welsh Government, this Welsh Government, which stripped private hydro schemes of business rate relief. There's no escaping the fact that the Minister and indeed Welsh Government still are a staunch advocate of the European Union. So could you, Minister, clarify why there is now a problem with us aligning our policy on electric vehicles with Europe by delaying it by 5 years? At the end of the day, such a move will be of huge assistance to the Welsh Government, which as yet has not met 5 of its own 9 targets to deliver electric vehicle charging.